If you're thinking about selling your home in 2026, even if it feels far off, January is one of the most powerful months to pause and think strategically. This is the season where decisions don't need to be rushed, emotions are calmer, and you actually have space to plan. After years of working with sellers, there are some regrets we hear over and over again, and almost all of them could have been avoided with earlier clarity. Today, I want to walk you through some of the biggest home seller regrets we see, why they happen, and how you can avoid them in 2026. Let's start with the biggest one. Regret number one is waiting too long to start the conversation. Many sellers assume they should wait until they are completely ready to list before reaching out or asking any questions. But by the time that moment arrives, timelines are tight, emotions are high, and decisions feel reactive instead of intentional. The sellers who feel the most confident are the ones who started planning quietly months in advance. That doesn't mean committing to anything, that simply means understanding all of your options. Regret number two is spending money in the wrong places. We often see sellers invest heavily in investments they think buyers want without knowing what actually moves the needle in their specific market. At the same time, we see small, affordable improvements get overlooked, even though they could have made a huge difference. The regret usually sounds like this: I wish I had known what mattered before I started. This is where early guidance can save you money, time, and stress. We have our finger on the pulse of the top ROI home projects for 2026, and even more specifically, what we are seeing pay dividends on Cape Cod. Regret number three is not understanding timing and market rhythms. Timing matters more than most sellers realize. Seasonality, inventory levels, interest rates, and buyer behavior all influence how your home performs. Sellers who understand the rhythm of the market can choose when to list instead of feeling pushed by circumstances. One thing that's especially important to understand here on Cape Cod is that our market doesn't always follow national trends. Because we're hyper-local, seasonal, and influenced by second home demand, timing here can look very different than what you hear in headlines, so working with a local expert is critical. Planning ahead allows you to align your sale with your goals, not just the market. Regret number four is emotionally detaching too late in the process. Selling a home is emotional, especially if it's where you raised a family or spent many years. Many sellers don't realize how emotional the process will feel until they're already in it. Preparing mentally ahead of time helps sellers stay grounded, objective, and confident when decisions arise. This emotional preparation is just as important as financial planning. Regret number five is not having a plan after the sale. Another common regret we hear is focusing so much on selling that sellers don't think through what comes next. Whether you're downsizing, relocating, or renting for a period of time, having a post-sale plan matters. When sellers know their next step, the entire selling process feels lighter and more intentional. This is also where having the right guidance matters because we're experienced in juggling the many moving parts on both the selling and buying side, helping create a more seamless transition from one home to the next. The sellers who look back and feel proud about their experience are not the ones who rushed this process. They're the ones who gave themselves time. Preparation doesn't lock you into a decision, it gives you control. It allows you to move forward with confidence instead of pressure. If selling in 2026 is even a possibility for you, January is the perfect time to start thinking strategically. There's no pressure, no obligation, and no commitment, just information and clarity. And if you ever want help building a plan that fits your timeline and your goals, the Gervais Group is always here to help. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.